now you heard to everybody, right?
That bond is you living out right now. That bond is why you at the bus stop right now.
You understand? The scripture says, any man speak, let him speak of the oracles of God. They think the law is a small thing. Separate, man. We are separate from these other nations, man. That's right.
I can't let no holder lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, all they lies is hypocrisy. Ain't no competition, ain't no rivalry. Nigga think I'm playing, I don't hear one word they saying. This shit light work. Think Muhammad one of us, he might lose his life first. Suckle up and stay alert. Another cop distress the nigga. He a demon, this an exorcism. Watch I bless the nigga. You took that open blood, then you know I'm gon' get active with you. From the opposition, I see vision. Let me paint the picture. Rappers claim they spit, and I ain't listening. Is in fact the If revenge was a woman, now I stroke that bitch like Jack the Ripper. War, we gon' run the summer. It's gon' be historical. Thought they making plays, made them niggas call the audible. Ask who run this shit, but that question is rhetorical. Bitch, I'm the one, me cookies with the oil. I'ma get them crackers, hell, should've never kidnapped my family. I can't do that. Bet I be the last nigga standing. Do a life sentence for my niggas, pray you understand me. I might put a switch on this Glock and call it young baby. How you real trigger know them dots? You a bird feeder, claiming he a demon. What's a demon to a cold leader? When he said something, I ain't hear him. This shit light. It ain't about who got the gun, it's about who gon' up that pipe first. I turn a bad situation to a game changer. Bring soldiers from the dead, just raised up the chain. Free shots, I'ma look like Aaron Jones when I run it. Never bite the hand and feed you, you will never get that hand back. He bitchin' about 10%, I don't wanna hear none of that. He dropping sword, fuck him, just make sure you get that cover back. Look around, he ain't with us, probably cause he never was. Now my chin like you with the angels for your brothers. Everybody wanna be Richard Porter, God kill him like Alpo. Play if he want, it's laying in the trunk like Lee Malvo. I'm a certified woman's ass nigga, I am not a toy. Hey, out with that hollow sign, yeah, this the rim accord. Feel like Gullah Jack when I'm in Fayetteville, you feel your boy. Still up on my bread, still I think that's all that I do. The way I get that boy lost, they gon' start to call him Elroy. Fuck his game, pop out on them demons like I'm Hellboy.
They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So you said that they put millions of my Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right. That's right.
I'm in a hell of a hole. Was never expected to grow. Just obstacles set in the road. That a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never our home. Only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe this slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting. The trail of my tears is countless. Main fact that them is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Crack in the sky, nuclear missiles and make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be. Slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cage and safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash. Get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom, we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
You see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
Ain't no remorse in my blood slim. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember Yohanna's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in this body, you fit the Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is dish served cold, I just hope they making oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in the world of mad shooters. That was designed fire for our babies to pass through it. And the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums.
Do you see just how it feels? Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
Shalom, Lord Christ, Israel. It's off for the time with the I.S.U.P.K. You know, we started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Of course, under command of GEN.YAHANNA. And every week we have this LaShawan Qadash class, as other classes, in which we bring back parts of our culture bit by bit, so we can wake up the 12 tribes of Israel, who are the so-called black, so-called Latino, so-called Native American Indians, of course on their father's side, according to scripture. So of course we're gonna get into another lesson. One of the things that I was thinking, and shout out to those Texas boys, those Houston boys, you know. As I'm learning this Hebrew myself, of course you gotta look to the men above you, those Ottawans who put in that work, and of course you learn from them. And I feel like they have a really good class over there in Texas, the LaShawan Qadash. So again, shout out to those boys in Texas. And of course, shout out to those Kansas City 1 West soldiers. You know, Detroit will be down there soon, you already know it. All right, so let's get to it. course, we're going to start off with the alphabet. Of course, we have it in the Assyrian and the Paleo. The Assyrian, of course, is in the blue. The Paleo is at the top. I am going to eventually rewrite this. I guess we can go ahead and rewrite it now if you want. I'll rewrite it later, maybe on the next class. I want it to be a little bit more legible. But if you ever want to see something, just a trick, like if you're watching on your phone, you see something, screenshot it, and you can always expand it to make it bigger, to zoom in, see what they're saying. But let's start from the top. You got your I, your Ba, your Ga, your Da, your Ha, your Wa, your Za, your Ha, your Ta, Ya, Ka, La, Ma, Na, Sai, your I, Pa, Taza, Kwa, Ra, Sha, and Tha. And then the Assyrian corresponds with it directly. Of course, like I say every week, when you're writing your Assyrian script, try to get it down pat to what you're going to be comfortable reading and writing, but you might have to actually know the other forms of, way that they write the Assyrian. And that's just for, a lot of the text being written in that format, so when you come across a scroll or something like that, it'll be in that you'll be able to read it, even though the letters might look slightly different. And then, of course, I'll try to show you on the screen, but sometimes when you pull up different translators, be careful to read the right one, because sometimes you'll be reading what we will call the Yiddish, and that's not that's a bastardized version, so that's just going to kind of confuse you in the long run. So of course we're going to get some vocabulary. We're just going to get a couple on the board, and then one of the things that I want to do is actually get into the books, the first 5 books of the Bible. And we have the first 5 books of the Bible, which is called the Torah, so we'll get into that. Let's do some vocabulary word. Right. The first 5 words. So we got ice, icon, identity, idol, and idol. Those are the first 5 words. So sound it out, you have Galayad. And I'm going to give you a quick second to go ahead and throw it on the board yourself. In the Paleo Hebrew, write that out, the word for ice out, in the Paleo Hebrew. How do you think that's written out? See if we can get that right. Give me a couple seconds. All right. Okay, my green is there. Good to know. Got your God. Got your La. Got your Ya. Got your Da. word is Yod, or the last enunciation is Yod, you see those are connected. And make sure that you start it from right to left, not left to right. Because in our culture, we read from right to left. Westernized culture is different. So because it's in English, I wrote it out left to right. But when we write it in our script, our manuscript, it's from right to left. All right, the next one, we got his icon. I.S.U.P.K. GEN.YAHANNA. That's the word. Of course, I'm gonna give you a couple seconds. Go ahead and get that down and see if you can write it out in the paleo. Due to space this go around, I'm not going to do the series. I'll probably still do it when we do the start going over the books of the Bible out here. Second. Still on the board. Alright, so there's not much room, so what I'm going to do is move this over and rewrite this. And then another thing I was thinking for next week, there's a particular prayer that I'm not too strong at. And I'm going to ask if it would be too wild. I don't know if it would be appropriate or not. That's something I want to kind of work on live in class. So you got your Yahwah all separate, and then you have your one Yahweh. That's icon. I think the only reason I want to make sure is because it's a prayer. I don't know if we want to just, that's something that we just practice like that live. I don't know if that's something that be too wild or not. The ma is identity. The ma means identity. And then of course, in the paleo, you have your da, your ma, and your ha. Your ma and your ha being connected. And there you have it. Next word is I.S.U.P.K, which is batal. Let me give you a second to get that one down. Batal. Go ahead, write it out in the paleo. And if you want, go ahead and put it in the Assyrian. Matter of fact, we'll do the last two in the Assyrian. You got your ba, your ta, and your la. The ta and the la is connected. Now, what would that be in the Assyrian? You have your ba, you have your ta, and they match straight up. And your la, which I think that is a terrible representation of what a la should be, but I guess we gotta work on that a little bit. That was about right. Yeah, a decent la. Fatal. And the last one is idol. Idol. Which is la, ya. Putting it in the Hebrew, the Paleo, you'll have I, La, Ya, and La again, but of course, because it's pronunciated Yah, those two are connected. I did say we'll do the last two in Assyrian as well. Got your I, got your La, definitely write that down. I, La, got your Ya, and then your yeah, La again, like. Give you a second to get that on the board. And like I said in the beginning of the class, you can always screenshot it, zoom in, go back and reference it later. All right. Get into these books of the Bible. We're gonna break these down in we'll break these down into 4 different categories. We're gonna have what the English word is, we're going to write it out in paleo. Then the Syrian. And then what the translation of it is. So the first one we have is Genesis. And that word for Genesis, I'm going to write that out in the, I'm going to say the English first. And then the paleo. What does it mean, or how do we say it in the paleo? You have, it's called barak. Yeah. Put it all together. It's one, but it's your barak, your barak. Yah, Shah, Yah, and Yah. See, we got to fit them in there like that. So, writing it out, the pronunciation, writing that out, I wonder if that word is called transliter for writing that out. You have the ba, ra, actually barak, barak. Shah, Yah. Ba, Rashayah, Ba, Ra, Shayah. And of course, because we have our prepositions, our prefixes and suffixes on the board, we can easily look over and say, well, the ba is in the beginning of it, is the prefix, we know that that means in. In or on. And this particular word means head or top. You know, simply representing as a translation would yield beginning, like the start of something. Like literally, when you pick up Genesis and you go to chapter 1 and verse 1, let me see if I can pull that up real quick for you to show you. Just real quick, I'm gonna try to hold it up and see if it'll show. In the first few words is in the beginning, and you have I don't know if you see that there. So it simply means, that translation simply means in the beginning and then of course trying our hand at the Assyrian, you have the Ba, Ra, the Ah, Shah, similar, and then your Thigh. Kind of looks like that. Yeah, so the next time I'm gonna end up clearing this out. You know what? We're just gonna get a bigger board. Time to upgrade, Israel. Yeah, that's what's gonna need to happen. So that's what we have for Genesis. You got the English, Paleo, Assyrian, and the translation. Genesis. Okay, we're gonna get the next one. And the next one is Exodus. And one of the things that I feel like is heavy about these is a lot of these, what's going on in that book is clearly stated in a way. You know what I mean? It's like it's stated in the title. Especially in the understanding of it. And next word is Exodus. Let's look at Exodus. Alright, whatever. My penmanship. So Exodus, that's what it is in English. So the Hebrew will be, starting in Paleo, is the Shamar, Shamar. So that is Shamar. And the meaning of these are, you got your Sham, and that was one of our vocabulary words, so we should know what that is. And then you have your Wa. So looking at that, Sham means name. Wa gives you that plural understanding. So we're looking at names. and then getting it in the Syrian. You got your Shah, you got your Ma, your Y, and your Tha. And the translation of it. So this is going to come with a little understanding. So you have names and what happened in Exodus. Because we're going to get a word that you'll see in there, and then we'll see that that word means desolation or wilderness. So our first word that Shalam is named. And then we look up and you have something, I'm gonna write that one red, H, 8054. When you look up that word, particular word in the Strong's, what is that for Strong's? You'll get desolation or wilderness. And that makes complete sense because when during that time, what you see in the book, Israel went through great desolation. Of course, in the situation with Pharaoh, all the things that transpired with that, and then going into the wilderness, messing up out there, and then 40 years and them having to walk around. So that whole generation that was a part of that wickedness, died off. So it was a lot that took place in that book. And like I was saying before, it's real heavy that the names of these books correspond with it almost perfectly with what's going on in the actual chapter. So I'm gonna give you a second to get that down, and I'll erase the top one, and then we'll probably do one more before I wrap up the class. All right.
Berry lemon soda.
So the next book we have is Leviticus. Leviticus. And the Hebrew is Yahwah, Ra'ah. Wa, Yah, Wa, Ra, Ah. These are all separate. Oh, it's actually like that. So looking over here, and that's why a few classes back we did some identification on when you see your prepositions, the prefix and your suffix, and you identify your root word, being able to identify your root word, what you'll find out, you see a Y you got right there. So go on that, and that means and. So Yah means he, and he. And the word para'ah means call. And he called. So the Assyrian being, you really just gotta, like I said, line it up. You don't have to do anything special. That was one of the things that was in my head earlier when I first took over the class. Like, you know, it's just a simple lining up translation. So you got your Wa, you got your Yah, you got your Qua, your Ra, and your Ah. And again, it simply means and he called. So get that one down. And just so you know, put this in the corner up here. This is, when we call this the Torah. Law. So writing that out, you will have your Ba, your Wa, your Ra, and your Ha. And that's your first 5 books of the Bible, Israel. Of course, if you got any questions, go ahead and put it in the chat. I try to make sure I bring them out next week. Go ahead and see if there's any questions in the chat. I'll go ahead and wrap up. We go on YouTube. Check it on YouTube, see if we got any questions on YouTube. Oh, sorry, Miss Davis. Sorry, sis. Leave. Sorry about that, Miss Sis. So in the next class, yeah, I'm gonna definitely make the space bigger. Make sure you guys can see it a lot better. I'm definitely sorry about that. It's what you can do, sis. Like I said, if you're able, I don't know if you're watching on your phone or computer, but if you're watching on your phone, you can screenshot it, and then that picture in the screenshot, you'll be able to blow it up on your phone, enlarge it on your phone, and see it a little bit clearer. But I know that's kind of extra. You shouldn't have to do it. So, yeah, I'm going to work on that for next week. And definitely within a couple of months, Lord willing, I'll have a bigger board. We'll have it mounted somewhere a lot more spacious so we can run this class a lot more effective. All right, so with that being said, Salakia Israel again. Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, barak, ahtham to all the ahtham, Yahawah Shamar, Bahasham Yahawashi to all the ahthan. So I'm going to put it